Yo, yo. This music kind of loud, actually. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We're playing fucking Peak today. Who would have thought? Although, today we are doing a different category. Hello, Muglin. You dying from a heat wave, bruv? How hot is it even today? I actually don't know. It's like, what, 24? Something like that? 25? It's 27. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice. I mean, I noticed that it was warmer than usual, but I did not notice that it was that warm, actually. I should have gone to the beach today. What about tomorrow? Ooh, tomorrow might be good for beach as well. Tomorrow's like going to be like 28 or something. Yes, that could be nice. And then Friday it's going to rain. Could do that. Actually sounds like a good idea. Just gave myself a sick idea. Alright, so today our plan is we're going to be doing more speedruns of Peak, except Peak just came out with a new update to the game. And by just came out, I mean came out what, 2 days ago, I think, something like that. A new biome came out, the Mesa. So instead of doing the usual seeded speedruns that I've been doing the last couple of times, doing the same seed on an old patch, I think I'm just going to say fuck it and just do a run on the newest patch with a seed that is randomized every single time. So I don't know the level layout, I don't know the loot spawns, I don't know shit. We're just gonna do runs and do them fast and see how that goes. And honestly, that sounds fun as fuck, especially because there's the new fucking Mesa, and I have no clue how to deal with the Mesa, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Alright, let's fire up the game. This sounds fun as fuck. Hell yeah, it is. Me when I do randomized speedruns where I don't know the layout or the items or anything, I'm just gonna start a timer and see where it takes me. Alright, edit splits. Give me 1 second. I need to... Because this is for any percent. Let me do... Any percent. Any percent random seed. 0. Okay, and then save these splits as a percent random seed. There we go. You bloody well need to leave in 2 minutes? It's fine. That's why you always got the VOD. Alright, let's begin, shall we? First run of the day. Like I said, I've only played once during the patch, or since the patch came out. It was a run that me and a couple of friends did, and we ended up beating it, which actually was really fun. Really enjoying the new Mesa. And apparently there's a bunch of secrets on it as well that I haven't discovered, but maybe we'll get around to those soon enough. Alright, let's end it. So yeah, for the most part, like a lot of the... Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Fuck yeah. Is this the right window? This is not the right window. Peak, that one. There we go. Boom. Give me an energy drink. Don't think I really need the rest. Holy, what is that? What is that mountain generation? That looks insane. Okay, so here's the thing. Because this is random seed, I don't actually know like what a good route is going to be, and we're mostly just going to be freestyling. I think the main strat that I want to go for is to just go as quickly as possible. That way we won't get too bogged down by food or anything like that. Because hunger is definitely one of the our greatest enemies in a run like this. So just going... Ooh, I've not used a balloon in this before. I think you can stack them, if I remember correctly. So if you get multiple balloons, you can stack them on top of each other, and then if you get enough, you can actually fly. Let's see if we can use that somewhere. Okay, I need a good place to go up here. Let's go up here. The box. Yeah, over to the right, looked like it might be okay. So many bandages. I have one bandage. Just gonna have to do for now. I think this path looks good. We're gonna... Can I reach that? Shit. Alright, this is the path. Am I regenning here? I am. And then up. My biggest fear when we're doing a run like this is that we will absolutely get stuck in some places. Like, I'm gonna take a route that looks good, but then it turns out to be absolutely awful. Which is definitely gonna be one of the biggest hurdles for something like this. So I'm gonna have to probably backtrack and take a bunch of new routes every once in a while. Right, such is the nature of this game. C path, we just gotta send it. Also, because it is required for the speedruns of this game, if you see up in the top right, it does say what the seed number is. It's for those that don't know. Every single map in this game, even though it's randomized every single day, will still have a set seed. So if you do have a mod or anything like that that you can use to load it up, then you will always get this level layout if you hit level 0, which is what this one is called. I do believe I set it to random, so it should be okay here. Can I regen here? I can regen. Nice. And there's a spot here. Yes. Nice. Ooh, can I make that? Ooh, no. Okay, I think I can make this. I just need an energy drink. Push it. Let's go. Energia drinka. Then up here. Hello, Dex. How you doing? Long time no see, indeed. Yeah, I got the tingle for speedrunning again, so here we are. I think the last speedrun I did before this was when I did co-op speedruns with Walrus, and that's been like 8 months since the last time me and Walrus did a co-op run of Sticks. And then even before that, the last time was when I did Prey Inbounds, which is also quite a while ago at this point. But yeah, I wanted to get back into the groove of things, especially because NSG is coming up soon. And I submitted 2 runs for that. I wasn't sure what I wanted to submit because I didn't really have anything new planned at the time. And I wasn't running Peak at the time that submissions opened for that. So I submitted Neon White because Neon White is a decently easy game to remember because it's a speedrun that just runs itself, mostly. And I submitted Prey Any % Inbounds, most because I still really wanted to show Inbounds at an actual marathon, and I never got to do that for Hackathon. Because there was a bunch of scheduling conflicts and some delays and a bunch of stuff, so they had to replace Any % Inbounds with just regular Inbounds. So Inbounds, hoping that gets accepted. I think the NSG hosts, they already said that pretty much every single person that submitted a run for NSG already got their runs accepted. So it's only the people that might have submitted multiple runs, they might not get all of their runs in. And because I submitted 2, I don't know which one yet. So it could be Prey, could be Neon White. So probably within the next couple weeks, once I know some more, we'll have to either practice some Neon White or some prey. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, tropics. Tropics. How do we want to do this? We don't want to climb here too much. I think I actually want to run around this, because this isn't actually the way up. I think in almost every single level there's a bunch of cliffs and stuff that appear in front of the main mountain that are kind of just a waste of time to start climbing, unless you can see like a good path or road somewhere. Let's climb here. It should be close enough. Close enough to the main cliff. This is some charity event or for-profit one? Oh, fuck. I didn't see that mushroom. Shit. I believe it's a charity. I just don't remember which charity right now. I believe it's for blind people or people that are just like that have reduced sight. I believe there's a foundation in the city Ask in Norway, which is like a tiny city not too far from Oslo. I believe that's the foundation, unless it's changed. I don't actually remember if it's changed or if it's the same one, but I believe that's what it was last time. But yeah, I bet they probably have a website, so if you're curious, go check out their website. Oh, that was fucking scary. Trail mix. Oh, okay. Okay. Well. Okay, I've yet to actually figure out what the fuck the balloon really does. I want to test the balloon at some point, so I'm gonna bust that out at some point. Alright. Anti-grav rope time. Oh, the anti-grav rope just flies away! I mean, that makes sense. It's kind of funny. My rope just fucking flies off. Okay. I won't lie, this path is kind of cursed. Let's go up here. Hey, Jazzy, how you doing? How's Celeste coming along? Are you doing a 100% run of Celeste? Or are you just doing a bunch of challenge stuff? Oh, yes. Hold your interest? Yeah, that's fair. Oh, dude, the cannon? I want to try the cannon. Okay, I'm gonna just... Okay, that's attached to me. I don't know how the fuck this works. Game good? Hell yeah. Glad to hear it. I mean, I assumed as much, considering you actually kept playing it after finishing the game. I was not personally as enamored by the game, I will admit. Like, it was good, don't get me wrong. I just had that thing of, yeah, it's okay, you know. Fuck. I think I have to take this vine. Ooh, or this. Could take this path over here. This, yeah, okay, the path here seems way, way safer. Although I will... crank this energy drink. Bandage. Ew. We got the mega box. I also need to remember that the chain launcher isn't as OP anymore, because right now we're playing on normal patch. Or just current patch, I don't know what else to call it really. We're playing on current patch, so chain launcher isn't as OP as it is, or used to be. So it's not as much of an S tier item. Gotta remember that. How long does this balloon last? Does this balloon just last forever? It's very weird to say you beat the game when there's very game left. Yeah. I mean, you've beaten I don't even know what to call it, the generic ending of the game, like you reached credits. I know that doesn't really say much. There's like a billion ways to reach credits in games, but the default regular intended credits is what you've reached. Which I will say, in my ears, that counts as an ending. Finished the whole game. Another box. I need to use more items, I think. Soon. Can I make this? Not entirely sure if I could make this, so I'm just detoning that. I think that was good. Granola. Okay, then up here. Okay, this is kind of scary. Okay, that looks good. I kind of wish there was like a more clearly defined good path here to take, because I am just kind of free-balling it right now. Oh man. Especially if there was a more set path here, it would also be way easier to use the cannon. Come on. No! No! No, no, don't roll off. Oh. Oh my god. That was terrifying. Okay. Can I stand up here? Not the rain. Okay, I just need to chill here for a while. That looks like something I could stand on over there. I think I just need to go hard left here. Does this Python hold forever? Or Python? Also, I missed a split already, I just realized. Oh yeah. Dude, I love auto splitters not actually being auto splitters in my speedruns. Okay, finally. Okay. Okay, this is safe, but the other place I was in was not. Okay. Okay, that's a solid, like, 1 minute lost right there. Nice. Hello, Nomi. How you doing? Long time no see. How you doing? Another anti-rope spool. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to rename the split so it's not Alpine. I'll add like a slash so it's like Alpine / Mesa or something. Black Mesa. Oh, and it's nighttime. Okay, that's good. So we can actually just run here. Stone. Oh shit. Okay, I think I just kind of need to hustle here, because it's nighttime. Don't get hit by that tornado. This is going left, this is going right. It went right! No, it went left. Okay. I gambled correctly. Insane gamble. That was terrifying. It looked like it was swerving left and right. Okay, that's the antlion pit. But thank you. The antlion pit I have been introduced to. Is coming along in some way. Optimistic he'll be fully back in September. Oh yeah. I'm glad to hear it. Do you mean that you're gonna be done by September, or you're gonna be so on time by September that you'll be like good to go? I have a stupid idea, which is actually an insanely fire idea if you ask me. Should be done by the end of September? Fuck yeah, let's go. Handing in your thesis is like one of the best feelings in the world, because I don't know about most people in this chat that like have also finished the thesis or anything like that, but for me it was like the best fucking feeling, handing in your thesis. Because you're like, yes, I don't actually need to like look at that thing anymore. Okay, let's try. I got light the fuse. Can I hit the fuse here myself? Oh fuck! Oh shit! Okay, that didn't quite work. Yo, Walrus. How you doing, buddy? Okay, we're gonna lose a bunch of time because of that. That fucking sucks. Shit. What the hell was that noise? Oh, not the tornado. Oh, it's fucking daytime again. Shit. Come on, make it. Okay. This sucks because now we're just gonna get cooked by the sun. Poke. Poke. I've been better, been worse. Yeah, I feel that. I very much feel that these days. You're not really giving a shit for the last few months because you already had a job. I do relate to the not giving a shit about your like, thesis at the end, especially because for me, in my case, I was just so over my project. Like I think it definitely didn't help that I ended up, I mean, because the whole process of what subject I ended up getting for my thesis was, wait, where the fuck do I get up here? It wasn't really a project that I wanted to do, or at least not the topic. The topic I did not give a shit about. It was more or less just kind of handed to me because the original project that I wanted to do ended up getting canceled last second. So I just kind of had to go with something else instead, which did fucking suck. And especially because at the end of my master's thesis, I was just so burnt out from school. Like I just didn't care, didn't give a shit. I just wanted it to be done. Everything was ass, everything sucked. So I totally relate to the feeling of just not giving a shit by the end. You just want it to be done. You didn't have to present it anywhere because of COVID. Now that is pretty good timing. To me, at least, the presentation itself wasn't too bad. I think it was mostly because I just myself didn't believe in my own project by the end, because I remember, again, because I felt so shit about the whole project that I'd made, and because I didn't really give a shit about the topic, that I really doubted the results that I got. So when I went up to defend my thesis, I was like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna pass. Everything is ass. I was anxious and nervous and everything. Ended up turning out okay and being fine. Not like the greatest project ever still, but you know, I passed, I got a solid grade. Everything was good, and yeah, I was just mostly happy that I didn't have to think about it anymore. I think that was the biggest saving grace by the end, is like, oh yeah, you don't have to consider these fucking projects anymore. Okay, how the fuck do we get up here? This way. I'm gonna guess. Yeah, not having a result, or just being able to support why your results are ass. If the results ends up being ass, not because like you fucked up or something, but just because it didn't turn out the way that you expected, that's also fine. You just need to be like, hey, this is what happened. It didn't turn out good, and then you need to just be able to explain why you think that didn't happen, or this and that, and all that shit. I think for mine, I think it was another like saving grace that I kind of got was the fact that I handed in, the results were shit, and then like in the time between me handing in my thesis and then the presentation itself, ended up, oh, dynamite. Oh, that hits me there. Oh, that kills me. I'm alive. Holy fuck, I'm alive. I have no bandage. Fuck. Oh shit. Okay, is this where I need to go up? I think this is where I need to go up. Fuck! Where was it? Oh yeah, mine shaft is up there. Because apparently there's a mine shaft that has a bunch of items inside of it. But yeah, sorry. So between me handing in my thesis and then going to actually defend or present my thesis, I just went out of my way to like find a bunch of shit to like improve it, because more or less my conclusion was results were ass. And then I just looked up a billion ways, how could I make this better in time, in a vague attempt to like, oh fuck. How can I improve this? How can I improve my terrible results? Which I did. I did find a way of improving it, like, after the deadline, and I ended up telling them and showing that during my thesis defense, which they were pretty happy about and pretty stoked about. Which I do think also helped, like, boost my my grade a whole bunch, and not just accepting, like, yeah, this was all dog shit. Speaking of your bachelor's, Jazzy, are you considering doing a master's then at some point, or are you just kind of locked in on working at the moment? Because I remember, I think we talked about this like back during when COVID just started up, or was like maybe a year or two in or something like that, where we were wondering about what it's like to like have classes in school and stuff during COVID, and I just remember saying, don't do it. Like, if you can wait a few years until after COVID's done, or if it's all like settled, or I don't know, we're all dead, I'd recommend absolutely doing that, because studying and going to classes and all that during COVID was terrible. Like, it was so awful. Okay, it's nighttime. Fuck yeah. Because yeah, if in the event that COVID 2 comes out, Electric Boogaloo, I would definitely recommend most people to not don't do like an education or like a bachelor's or a master's or anything like that during it, especially a bachelor's, because I feel like during your bachelor's, that's when you're getting to, oh shit, you're getting to know a lot of your classmates, the other students and all that. And you just can't, you know, when there's like a pandemic and a lockdown and all that shit. I want that chest. Wow. A balloon. Incredible. Yeah, because, I mean, that was... For me, it wasn't as bad because I'd already finished my bachelor's by the time COVID came out. It was my master's that kind of sucked because I had kind of like the same experience that a lot of people have with their bachelor's on my master's because I started a completely new study, so I didn't know anybody and everybody else was new as well, so there was a lot of like those sort of similar activities of like, oh, you get to know each other, you hang out, you go out drinking and all that, yada yada yada, except that didn't really happen because, you know, nobody fucking knew each other, right? Okay, that sucks. This path sucks. All this sucks. I'm gonna go up here. So I kind of had that experience. What? It dropped the rope. Also, did they buff the rope launcher? Rope launcher's kind of cracked now, actually. Holy. One working on COVID 2. They're ready to deploy it any second now. Stage 1, COVID. Stage 2, TikTok. Stage 3, COVID 2.0. Yeah. Something I can stand here. Fun fact you learned recently, you're really lucky, or we're all really lucky that mosquitoes don't have T cells. Otherwise they would have had diseases like HIV. I mean, that is good, but fuck, that would suck. I feel like you hear a lot of those cases where there's like some like thing where, oh yeah, if this animal or this bug or this disease just happened to like evolve slightly differently, like we would all just be absolutely fucked. Which is like funny and kind of like weird to think about at the same time, because surely there's like a million different cases where if this tiny little thing in evolution, in human history or whatever, just went slightly differently, like how fucking screwed we would be. Like different diseases that develop in some country somewhere that like, oh yeah, if it just happened to have developed slightly differently, or if we happen to not be born with like immunity to, you know, XYZ, oh yeah, we'd all be just fucking dead. Whoopsie, you know, shit happens. Sometimes you just get cooked. Oh fuck, no. I have to remove the warrant. Oh. Okay, I can't remove those. Shit. Can I go up here? Also, I would really have liked if that chest contained food. Alright, are we sending it up here? I think I'm sending it up here. I don't know where this is gonna go, if this is gonna help me. Please don't be a dead end. Please don't be a dead end. Please, God. Hey, dead end. We can go out here at least. Out into the sun. Ah, that's how it works. Okay, you need to like run out into it. Okay, I see. Also, can you eat the cactus fruit just straight up? Okay, it removes some hunger, but you do get some thorns in you, which is fine. Let me think here. In my bag, I have a chain launcher, so I should be able to climb. Like that. Can I stand here? Can I stand here? Okay, I can. There's sometimes where you're just so unsure if this is actually like a surface you can stand on. Also, I'm currently underestimating when you're doing speedruns how valuable it is to know to actually have a set path. Like where to go, where your route is, where the chest spawns are. Even if the loot is randomized, but still having something to depend on is quite crazy. There's nothing here. Can I go around to the right? Do I have to go back? Okay, this way. Ooh, can I make that? Okay. You do your master's degree in your position right now, you've been working the same place for 8 years, you just lose money? I mean, yeah, if it doesn't make any sense. Like, in terms of, like, financial gain and stuff, there's always the thing of, oh yeah, you know, because you lose out on making money from your current job, as opposed to then working those few years, and will working that amount of time just in a bachelor's, like, make sense compared to not working for a few years and then upgrading to a master's? Because you need to, I mean, you can argue, or sorry, you can get a higher salary if you have a master's degree. It's just a matter of, does the math check out? And it also depends on the degree, I guess. Like what kind of degree you have, and what kind of salary you're getting right now. Because I know a bunch of people that are working without even a bachelor's or a master's, but they just are like either self-taught or they took a bunch of courses and stuff, and yeah, they just end up getting like really, really cracked salaries, which is really, really sick. No need to waste time on school, no bachelor's, no master's, just straight money. Straight money, dude. Although I do think those stories are more uncommon than they are common. It's always great, especially also for like YouTube clickbait. You'd be like, whoa, I just got a job at Google where I make $500,000 per year. I have no education. I don't know anything. You know, that kind of stuff. If only that were possible for lab people, yeah. I think the place where you usually hear about it, again, it's like YouTube shit, and I don't know how clickbaity it is, because I don't really work with like software, like programming or software engineering or anything like that, or cybersecurity, so I don't know if it actually works like that, but you hear about some companies being way more interested in what can you actually do versus your credentials. Okay, so does sunscreen protect against lava? Time to find out. It protects against heat damage, and lava's kind of heat damage, right? Okay, sunscreen does not protect against lava. Very good. Next episode of Mythbusters, please. Literally no reason to keep the sunscreen. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's go this way. For every YouTube video telling you that stuff, there's like 100 people that can't get a job. Yeah, also that. I mean, that was literally the situation I was in when I finished my my master's. Got a master's degree in something that everybody told me was an incredibly desired field with like job security, high salary, you know, the works. Oh shit. Anyways, it took me 8 months to find a job at all, even like slightly relevant to what I had studied. Yeah, great, good times. Can I make this jump? Yeah. Just gonna wait a bit. Wait, do I have the chain launcher, right? I have no clue how worth this actually is, but I'm gonna do it. I'm going this way. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, degrees are just sort of a way to, more or less guarantee a, like, somewhat decent or good pay, like, already from the beginning, because, you know, you have the physical paper credentials to be like, hey, I know what I'm doing, I'm educated in XYZ, therefore I need, like, a minimum required salary if you were to hire me. Like you said, because if a person not educated in any of this stuff, you know, you could just kind of talk out of your ass about everything, right? You're like, yeah, I know how to code. Yeah, dude. I've opened Visual Studio Code once. Looked cool, but didn't really do much. Ow, ow. Okay, why is this rock on fire? Oh shit. Speaking of like YouTube clickbait titles and like people telling you how to get a job and stuff, you remember, I don't know if that's still a trend these days, but I remember, I think like, I want to say 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there was this giant trend on YouTube of people going like, day in the life of a software engineer working at Twitter, or day in the life of a data scientist working at Facebook, or day in the life of, and 90% of those videos, you didn't actually really see the work that they did, obviously because, you know, there's some GDPR stuff about, like, showing the work, but it was more like, oh, I wake up at 7, then I go to the gym, then I have my pre-workout or post-workout fucking milkshake, sport drink, protein shake, whatever the fuck. Then I eat breakfast, then I go to, or commute to work, and then they, like, drive their Tesla or whatever the fuck. And then they're at work, and then the whole, like, oh, them being at work is like 2 minutes long. Like, that's all you get. That's all you get to see of them at work. I don't trust the cannon inside the kill, I'm not gonna lie. And then it cuts to them afterwards being like, oh, I'm done now. Well, the double sunscreen? Fuck yeah. Done at work. Come home and it's like play with their dog and make dinner, which is, you know, great stuff, but it doesn't really tell you much about like what it's actually like to work at XYZ company, or like the actual type of work that they do. All of those people are now unemployed. Real. I've seen a few paramedics do that, and it's exactly that. Since they can't actually film them working. Yeah, because it's like, the closest thing I've seen to people do that are the people that like work in kitchens or something like that, or work like a physical job that's less of, like less work of, you know, staring at a PC and typing in like, you know, numbers and data and all that stuff, and just, you know, either people working as a restaurant or working in construction or something like that, and then with a GoPro on their head just physically recording what it is they're doing. which makes, you know, way more sense to actually see what it is that they're doing. Because you can see it, and it's not like it's a secret when they're slicing the cucumber, you know, like what they're doing. No GDPR, no nothing. I think there's like a video on YouTube that has like 10 million views of a guy working at McDonald's with a GoPro on his head making McRib sandwiches. It's like a 10-minute long video of just him like picking up the receipts or the orders, making McRibs, doing that over and over again, and like, yeah, that's work. In this household, we don't salute the nurses or the doctors or the firefighters. We salute the McDonald's workers making McRibs at 3 a.m. Those are the real soldiers. Keeping America afloat. The Western world. Okay, where are we going? We're going up. I've decided we're going only up. Ooh, the spooky rope. Yeah, I swear they buffed that. They buffed that and the regular like rope launcher. Can I use this somewhere, like right here, right now? What if? Oh, tell me I can stand here. Oh, I cannot stand here. Oh, dramatic music. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, new plan. I have no plan. Okay, this way. Shit! Dude, what a good timing for the dramatic music to kick in as I'm about to fucking fall off of an edge. Okay, time to crank an energy drink. Okay. Oh, tell me I can make that. I can make that shot. Here we go. I love that new noise that they added for the lava. It sounds like an actual fucking alarm. Doo-doo. I need this chest though. Trail mix. Almost slipped. Okay, this way. By the way, Timo, how's Deltarune coming along? I saw you were doing a bit more practice for that recently. How are the runs of that game? I haven't played Deltarune myself yet. I still need to get around to doing that. But like, as a speedrun, how is it? Oh, fuck. Can I? Is this path good? Gonna have to do. Sunscreen. I don't know if sunscreen protects against rock. Warm rock. Oh god. What if? Free scroll. anti-grab rope on the mouse. Bust out my literally cheating mouse. Yes. Okay, I need to go to the other side. Did I have a chain launcher still? I did. Can I get higher with this though? Chain launchers are still pretty okay. Like, you don't get as much vertical height from them as you used to, but they're still pretty damn effective at, like, clearing gaps. Okay, stand here, regen. Okay. Alright, I think it's at this point just time for me to crank the lollipop. I'll let you lift the lollipop. Take you to the candy shop. Go left around here, I think. Okay. Having a good time with the run. Very simple but precise movement and some light menuing. Kill. The tunes are rocking. Hell yeah. Glad to hear. I watched a little bit, but it's one of those where I want to watch, but at the same time I don't want to like spoil too much, especially because I haven't watched anything of Deltarune. Like, I've seen small snippets and screenshots here and there, but nothing else really like that, so trying to stay slightly spoiler free. Okay, so I think we still want to actually like bring a flare for this bit. Get the flare. Light the flare. Granate. Oh, there's the countdown too. You need to be on the road. Can you not just stand here? Oh, hey, the auto splitter works. I didn't need to do anything. Fuck yeah. Hey, that was pretty good for a first run, honestly. I still like that my character's mouth moves when I talk. A sub 50. A sub 50 for random seed, random items is honestly pretty fucking sick. Very, very happy with that. Very stoked. I will say though, it is getting pretty fucking warm, and I'm really sad that I don't have a cold drink. A cold drink would really hit the spot right about now. You are a gamer. Thank you for confirming. Put sunglasses on a mug for an instant cool drink. That one's pretty good, actually. Alright, what cool hats do we have? The JoJolian hat. Naruto headband, a witch hat. Is like the speedrunner hat. Is it cringe if I get the speedrunner hat? My dad has this hat, like, in real life. And he likes it very much. It's like his summer go to the beach hat. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Nationality, Crabland. I need to see if there's anything. I need something cold. 1 second. Something cool, something nice. Actually made me think. I'm kind of curious. What time on the leaderboard does this give? I know leaderboard times don't mean shit for categories that are literally just randomized with random seeds and all that, but I'm just curious. So if I go peak, hello there. So if I'm peaking, and if I say filters and do 1.7a random seed, apply filters. No runs. That's a free world record. That's a free world record, baby. Is there really no leaderboard at all? Wait, what about Ascent 7? Okay, nobody's doing speedruns on Ascent 7. Don't peek, stupid noob. Yeah, I just don't think there are anyone that's doing, what about just random seed speedruns? Really? Nobody's doing random seed speedruns? Set seed or daily? Oh, right, wasn't it... I think I remember seeing in one of their fucking resources or their forums where it said news. Daily category is removed. Now daily will be an annotation, like level 13 for example. Daily runs will now have its own leaderboard. Or will not have its own leaderboard anymore. We're removing version of scope from having their own leaderboard. They'll be set as annotations. Blah, 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 blah. Speedrun page changes. The random seed category has been removed. All the runs in the category will be transferred in the set seed category. Okay, so it doesn't actually matter if you set it all to random, because in the end it'll still be a set seed. I guess that makes sense. Hey, listen, it's more fun when it's just more randomized runs, you know? Especially because it's a new seed all the time. But yeah, you know what? This is the beauty of all this. We don't need a leaderboard to dictate what we're doing. And yes, I know I did just go to compare myself on the leaderboard, but I didn't need to. Oh, they straight up moved this thing. Okay. Alright, let's go again. Also, I think I've decided. I think tonight's gonna be a takeaway kind of night. Yeah. Yeah. Takeaway tonight actually sounds pretty good fire. Might get a... Is it a pizza or a pasta kind of night? One of the two. Medkit, sure. And the bidon. So now, for the astute viewers, up in the top right, it says it's level 6. So every map will still have a seed. It's just... It'll just be a random one of the seeded maps. If that makes sense. So we were running on level 0. Now we're running on level 6. So if I want to just like max out this specific seed, I can load up 6 specifically using a mod every single time. But honestly, it's way more fun if it's just actually random and I don't know what the fuck I'm getting myself into. How will I judge my self-worth if I don't have leaderboards? Real. Listen, your self-worth is immediately tied to the speed game that you play and where you are on the leaderboard. And if you're not close to the top or have world record in your favorite speed game and your favorite category, it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're failing at life. Like, you might have a job, you might have an education, you might have a wife and 7 kids. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. If you don't have world record and if you aren't a top contender in your speed game, it's like, it's over. You're actually just throwing away your life. Getting married, having kids, getting a degree, getting a good job, it's all a time loss. It's a time loss at the end of the day. It's a time loss you don't need and you can't afford to take. You need to lock in. You need to practice. Load up a save, downpatch your game, lock in. Yeah, my children are ashamed. Someone drop this into a TikTok. Yeah, I need to appeal to my Zoomer audience. Where the fuck? Oh. Surely this path is good. Surely the path that I pick will always be the correct path. Such is the way with everything in life. Whatever I do is always the correct choice. I've never made a wrong choice in my whole life. Never ever. Because every choice I've made has put me on the path that I'm on now. And on the path that I'm on right now is forward. There's no other way to go but up. And if you're not climbing up, you're still stuck at the bottom. Gotta lock in. Lock in. Energy drink. Yes. Big. Big, 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 big. I can stand on this. I can stand on this. I can stand on this. The third unknown Tate brother. The third unknown Tate brother that does in fact not support human trafficking and Romanian pizza. Okay, palm tree. Palm tree is good. Send it on the palm tree. Cool. Come on, climb. Can I stand on this? Having confidence in sending it in this sort of game is like a key thing. If you hesitate, you're fucked. Just like with human trafficking. What does that even mean? Guys, what are we doing here? Fairy lantern. Insane. Okay, we actually have a split for sure. Let's go. Should I even add splits? Like with every... Oh god. That was hella clean. Is there even a point in having splits when every seed is randomized? So I don't know. Like, maybe Shore might be 2 minutes long. It might be like an hour long. I guess. It's screen clutter, so it'll keep my Zoomer audience entertained. There's flashing numbers happening above my... right above my head. It'll look good when I'm -5. That's also true. I just happen to get a seed where my Shore is insane and tropics are fucked. Like, as much as people like to think that only having green splits and gold splits is good for content, honestly, having insane red splits is also good for content if you can make the most insane comebacks. It's all about the narrative. You drive the narrative. You are the content creator. You just gotta know how to shape it. Know what makes the viewers tick, you know? Okay, this is all fucked. It's all ultra fucked. I think we can make that over there. I just need to wait for the rain to go away. This rain needs to piss off. Did I just hear a breathing noise? Sorry. Speaking of fuck, I don't think we're raiding this patch. Yeah. I'm kinda coming to terms with it as well. I talked to Yisk the other day, and he said he is very much not raiding, or even playing at all this season, which is totally fair. I do think that means that, yeah, Season 3 is gonna be a bit dead. It's either that or we start pugging a whole bunch, but I even talked to Yisk about it, like, I'm not even interested in playing casually, I have to admit. I just, like, I logged in the day that the patch came out. I still haven't logged in since. I didn't log in yesterday to actually, I haven't done any M0s. Didn't do any delves. Just nothing, man. I don't know, I just don't have any interest in the card season. It's like I can't get myself to be interested, sadly. Worldly Warcraft, this is losing its grip on me. Oh, can I reach that vine? Reach for the vine. Reach for the vine. Yes. No. No. Oh. I think we're just gonna chill here for a little bit, actually. Oh, I'm not making this. No! No! I have 1 HP. I'm dead. I'm dying of cringe. Heal. Heal, 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 heal before you die of cringe. No! So the thing is, it's poison damage, so technically I'm gonna stand up again in like 30 seconds, so we can wait this out. Hello, Vice. How you doing? Peak human condition. Doesn't look like you're resubbing. Yeah. Probably me neither. I mean, I might do, just because I have paid for my sub, I might just do some story content, but yeah, looks like raid season is done. Sag. Oh. Am I gonna revive? No. Are we not raiding? It doesn't look like it. Yisk isn't coming back. A bunch of people aren't making the raid. Both me, Seth, Jazzy, and a couple of others are not really that interested in the new patch. And it looks like for just raid signups, we're struggling. Like we have 4 people. We have 4 people signed up for raid this week, for example. So it's not looking good. You thought it was more? It's let me double check. I think it's 4 people that are like confirmed signed up, and then 3 people that are tentative, if I'm not mistaken. So even if the tentative people show up, that's still only 7 people. Yeah, 4 people confirmed, 3 people tentative. No healers. No nothing. So again, it's either we go out and we start pugging a bunch of randoms, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't think any of us really want to start pugging randoms for raid night. Like, if someone has a friend that they want to bring along, that's fair. Like, someone that they can, like, that they know and they can vouch for, that's all good. That's completely fine. But straight up just getting random bozos from LFG is, yeah, probably not happening. And let me look, because even if it's... Yeah, because there's 2 people signed up as absent, which means that even if we have all the confirmed, all the tentative, and all the absent people, if everybody by some miracle changes their mind and shows up, it's still only 9 people. Yeah, I think raid season might be cooked. Well, well, I mean, maybe this is good, you know? Maybe it's good to get a break. Maybe the next season or the next expansion might come out. Everybody's like, whoa, new expansion, new lore, new zones, new this and that, all that shit. You know, that might be pretty good. Everybody gets interested again. Everyone's hyped up again for the next stuff. To be fair, Ali isn't signed up, but you also don't want to play the game where we have exactly 10 people. Yeah. Yeah, it will be every week, like, a dice roll of do we have enough people? And not knowing if it's gonna happen or not, which does suck. because that was the thing that was kind of happening towards the end of season 2 as well, where I mean, it's been close to happening even since season 1, I feel, where it's always been like a little close in like the amount of people that we actually get signed up. I think in season 1 it for the most part always worked out like fine, but in season 2 there were a couple days where it was like a little, yeah, it was always just on the edge. So yeah. Not having a single healer though and only one tank is gonna be a little ear. So yeah, I think raid has to be, again, unless something insane happens where 7 people all of a sudden sign up out of nowhere. Although I will say this. If anything, I'm really happy I don't have to make the PowerPoint, because don't get me wrong, I love making the PowerPoint. I think it's always fun to do with my shitty visuals and Microsoft Paint, just painting on a bunch of photos of pictures I take from YouTube videos. But that shit takes a while. It takes a while to make those guides, because it's not only do I need to understand what the fuck is going on in the boss fight, I also need to somehow translate that into a PowerPoint that can be understood, which is probably the hardest part, because I imagine 90% of the people that look at my PowerPoint is like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's a giant boss, there's a red circle, and then there's giant text in Times New Roman that says, don't stand in fire, and then they look at the fire and they're like, I don't know. Like, do I stand in that? Do I not stand in that? Do I need to take some stacks of something? Do I need to grab an item and put in the fire? You want me to make a PowerPoint for Dimensius anyways? That fight seems like a mess. My peak character is explaining, wow. Yeah, okay, so listen up, guys. We got a couple strats here. So we got Dimensius coming up. Everyone needs to grab an orb. But when you're on 3 stacks of orb, everybody needs to go in that direction over there to 360s, and then the dance routine begins. Dimensius is going to start dancing to I'm Han Solo from Just Dance, and then on the 2-minute mark of Han Solo, you're all gonna pop Bloodlust, and then do 5 360s, and then use your special tool that will commit suicide in the game, at which point the Lich King will return and then revive you all, and then we pop cooldowns for the final push, and then we need to deliver a ball, and then Michael Jordan will deliver that ball to the hoop, and then when you hoop the ball, you'll get a 3 points for dunking, and that kills the boss. It's a good mess, though, apparently. Yeah, that's good. Casually dropping better content. Yeah. When are they doing a Michael Jordan collab? All of a sudden, Xalatath is about to blow up Azeroth. She has the Dark Heart in her hands. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, LeBron James comes out and fucking curls her up like a ball and just slams her ass into a hoop shaped like Dimensius. Oh! From downtown! What's my take on the drama? You already know my stance on the drama wars. I don't even need to say anything. My silence should say everything. Do not mix. Oh, it's level 6 again. Wait, did I set it to daily seed or random seed? I don't remember. Yeah, whatever. Oh, wow. Speaking of oh wow, I've actually been playing a lot of Player Obscure Expedition 33 off stream. The game is very good. Very, very good. I have no clue how far into the game I actually am, because I learned after like 15 hours of playing that apparently there's acts, and that I had only just finished Act 1. And I have not seen any other kind of like act transition, so even though I'm like 35 hours into the game at this point, I guess I'm still only in Act 2, which is a bit surprising, but I mean, it's a lot of fun, so I'm enjoying myself a lot. Allie's begging you to play that game. Did she finish it? Apparently it's so good. It is very good. Walrus, you already know I'm gonna be gone in a day or two. I like the distinction. She doesn't enjoy a lot of games. She loved 33. I think for me, it took a little bit to get used to, but it's one of those games where I tried to just be from the beginning. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna lock in and try to immerse myself in it, because I think especially with those like long RPGs with long cutscenes, where there's a lot of characters talking the whole time, it's like I have a hard time really immersing myself a lot of the time, because I notice too much when there's like artifacting or weird cuts, or there's just something about the animation that looks a little bit off. But I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna focus on all the small stuff, and I'm just gonna lock in on what the story is and what's happening between the characters. And honestly, I'm enjoying it a lot. I don't usually focus too much on stories or the story whenever I play a game, but it's actually very, very fun. So yeah, I can definitely recommend it for those that are considering it. If anything, it's on Game Pass. And I'm probably planning on, after my my expedition is done, I'm probably gonna play a bunch of other games. There's a few other games that are on Game Pass that I kind of wanted to play. I know Avowed is on Game Pass. I know that was a game that a lot of people talked about, but isn't, like, it wasn't like Game of the Year or anything like that, but you know, it was a solid playable video game, so I would give that a shot. The Indiana Jones game that came out last year. Bandage, bag. Let's go this way. Sounds good, but should you go on 32 expeditions first? Yeah. 32 expeditions, and watch the director's cut and the director's commentary for each and every expedition before that. Otherwise you won't get the full lore. Sorry, kid. You gotta lock in. If you're not locked into 30 hours of lore before you can even start playing a game, you're not even trying. You're not lore maxing like I am. I think for me, I did consider also streaming Expedition 33, or at least bits of it, but I think for me it's one of those games where I like to just sit here and talk about the most random bullshit at the same time while I play games. So it feels weird to be playing a story game with like big cutscenes and there's dramatic shit happening. Meanwhile, I'm talking about like Shaquille O'Neal dunking different video game characters, you know? And like a whole bunch of other things. So I feel like it would break the immersion, you know, of both myself and a couple of other people watching. Because that's something I think I've also experienced in the past, is anytime I stream like a very story-heavy game, I seem to sort of zone out a lot while streaming it, and like just focusing on different things or not paying attention to what's like truly going on in the story, which I think is a bit of a shame. Because there's definitely some games where it would have been nicer to, oh, my rope. No, don't fly away. It would have been nice to just, you know, lock in on the story, but I'm just kind of focused on all the wrong stuff from streaming. Which again isn't a bad thing necessarily, it's just, you know, different priorities, etc. Ordered your expedition gear? Hell yeah, glad to hear it, Timo. But yeah, I think it's also because I'm really slow with games like that, because I kind of want to explore a lot of these side areas and like little extra things you can do. I don't usually 100% most open world games. For me, it's mostly a case of I want to do as much as possible in those games right when I start, and maybe in the first half of the game. But then, without it being a specific rule of thumb, when I'm about halfway through those games, something clicks in me where I'm like, I just want to be done. I just want to finish this game now. So I used to go from doing every side quest, finding every collectible, doing every little blip on the minimap that I find, you know, every little thing that you could do. And then somewhere around the halfway mark, I'm just like, no, I need to be done with this game. And I just lock in and I just ignore everything that isn't the main quest. I don't know, I feel like I just do that with a lot of games at a certain point. Eventually you just run out of steam, you run out of gas, and you're just like, yeah. Haven't quite reached that point yet with the Clair Obscure, but oh shit. Oh, can you not touch the waterfall? That's good enough. Can I do it for the vine? That tree looks sick. Hello, caddy. Have you been badging on your own for a little bit? Yeah, that's also true. If it's more or less just, you know, repeated content that you're doing over and over and over again, it can get kind of tedious at some point. So if it's the same fetch quest, or hey, go kill this monster, or go find this treasure, and it's more or less just copy-pasted stuff, it can definitely get tedious at some point. Been neglecting your scouting duties? Can't believe it. Scoutmaster would be disappointed in you. Climb a real mountain for once. How you doing, Jim? Spawn camping you in the lobby. Did you know Scoutmaster is actually in the lobby of the airport? He's like right around a corner. He's like glitched out of bounds or something. But if you go out of bounds, you can actually see him. The Scoutmaster, he's like hidden around a corner, just standing there, hanging out, ready to spook you. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for this fucking rain to piss off. Did I say hello? You're in a noisy environment. Do you know what? I think I actually was just straight up an asshole and I did not say hello. Hey, Finzi. How you doing, man? Hello? Mesa biome? Yep. A new mesa biome. Which means a new way to get stuck on stage 3 and not know how to continue. Hell yeah. I've done one run so far. I think when I was doing it casually with Yisk and a couple of others, it definitely seemed like it was really fucking annoying. Especially because during the day, on Mesa, you just take constant heat damage from the sun, which really fucking sucks. But then on a higher difficulty, you also take cold damage from it being nighttime. So it's like a constant swap between night and day, which is great. Very great, very fun. Black Mesa biome? Wrong game. That's in Abiotic Factor. You should look it up. It's on Steam. Very good game, by the way. Abiotic Factor. Open world Black Mesa survival game. Hey, I got an achievement. Crank a cookie. You ever AC blasting and editing video? Constant noise. Do most people that actually edit videos or do any kind of sound work, do they also listen to music at the same time? That's always something I wondered about. Because the few times, I'm not a video editor or anything like that, honestly, but the few times that I've had to like edit a video and like listen for sound or like try to line things up, I have just not been able to multitask in any way because I need to like focus on the music and the sound, and then I hear that some people are like, oh yeah, I edit all my videos while I'm listening to music and stuff. I'm just like, how? How do you do that? How can you like single out the audio from the video that you're editing and then also focus on the real music in the background? Well, not the real music, but like the music you're listening to. The real tunes. Oh shit. Wait, what's the way up? Is this the way up? I don't know which way is the up part of the cliff. The up part? Yes, thank you, brain. Can't wait for the rain like this. You opened a class 5 door yesterday after I left. Found something ominous, so you turned around. I feel like that's most doors you open in Abiotic Factor. Open the door, you see something crazy, ominous, or there's a new monster that wants to eat your ass, and you're like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Or every time you open a portal world and you're like, oh, what do I expect this time? Oh, do I go to the French Alps for skiing, or do I go to, like, spooky Amish country with people trying to kill me with pitchforks? Or do I go to Silent Hills? It's really just a coin flip, honestly, of, like, what you get. Okay, so it's not just me that's struggling with the music and editing at the same time. Well, I took a massive detour. What the fuck? I did not need to go this way. My favorite fantasy worlds, mountains, and the Amish. Hey, listen, I'm Danish. I've never seen a mountain in my life. And the Amish? Don't even get me started on the Amish, man. Maybe the people I talk to are like vibe editing, just like vibe coding. Yeah. They don't really give a shit if like the sound matches up or what the people in the video are talking about. They just click. They just hit the B button in DaVinci Code. They just like do cut, move the lines over, bing bang, done. Easy. You know what? Fuck the bandage. I'm not gonna get hurt ever. Oh, but it's nighttime, so I gotta hustle. Speaking of not getting hurt, I looked away from my screen. Kato's video, Elden Ring? Do you edit all of his videos, or is it just a couple of them that you edit, Kenzie? I don't know what Kato's video format is. Does he do like... Because I know he's done a couple of like long form content type things. But does he also do like short, like stream highlight type stuff? Capybara! Do the stream highlight type stuff? Okay, that's fair. He focuses on the produce thingies. Makes sense. Makes sense. I think that's what I mostly heard from bigger creators that have like multiple channels going. For like both long-term, or not long-term, but like long-form and short-form content. They like do the long-form stuff themselves, or at least mainly themselves with some help, but then usually hire editors just for stream compilation stuff. Like the things you see from Aggie or Gino, you do that sort of thing. Haha, joke's on you. I don't watch that. I have no clue. No clue what kind of content they do. Hell yeah. Alright, can we make it inside before sunup? Oh, I forgot to split. Shit. Should give that a go. There's probably like a trillion YouTubers that would, love stream highlight channels, or people to do like stream highlight stuff for them, because that is, I mean, again, depending on how you do it, I would imagine it's, I don't know how Finzi does it, but a lot of the stream highlight channels that I've seen just seems like it is just quite literally snipping clips together, and like that's it. You just gotta single out which ones are the good clips or the funny clips or whatever, the impressive stuff, and then just snip and glue it together. Bing bang. Scorpions? Are they... Okay, they look locked in. Okay, get away from... I've not seen scorpions in this game before, that's new. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that scorpions are not my friend. Ah, shit. Eat mints. Climb up. More cookie. Fresh cookie. Oh, that's dynamite. Huh. Funny YouTube haha content. Does Kata only do Night Rain at the moment? I imagine it's mostly just Night Rain, because yeah, base Elden Ring is probably not really popping that off. I would imagine. I don't know, actually. Okay, what's with the scorpions? Oh god. It's fully night filled still. I mean, it's also fair. It is the newer game, so I imagine that's probably what garners more interest. For me personally, I mean, this isn't anything related to like YouTube videos or Cat or anything like that, but for me personally, I feel like Night Rain is like, you know, I've been there, I've done it, you know, I've played it, game is sick, game was really fun, but now I'm like, yeah, that's it. You know, I've done it. I've killed the bosses. I haven't like platinumed the game or anything like that, but you know, I've enjoyed my time with it. That was good, hell yeah. Now I wish for a new game. Or how about this? Elden Ring DLC 2. Which is probably not gonna happen, but you know. One can dream. I want to like sprint jump everywhere, but I'm just scared I'm gonna slip and fall and die. Can I ask, for anybody that knows, the people that made this game, is that the same people that made Frog Detective? Because I swear the image of the frog on the medium chest looks exactly like the profile picture. Or the like headpiece, or whatever you want to call it for Frog Detective. Shit. This path looks dog ass. Is there anywhere else I can go? Like over up here maybe? Can I find like up and around here? Alright, up into the clear blue yonder we go. What? What, does he just let go of the rope? Ooh, do we make that? We make that. Okay, chest. Big chest, big chest, big chest. Sunscreen maybe? Or something similar? Eat that. Eat those. Wait, fuck you, scorpion. Shad explained Deadlock. Dude, I've seen a whole bunch of people have been hopping on Deadlock today. I saw Elgu was hopping on Deadlock. I saw Shadex now. I saw a bunch of people talking about Deadlock. Because I know probably nobody here actually plays Deadlock, or at least hasn't played it any more than when they gave it a chance. But apparently, as far as I've heard, a big new patch is coming out for Deadlock. Like soonish. I'm wondering if that actually is today. If that's the case, that's pretty sick. The game has been in like a bit of a content drought, to be fair. I mean, it's also weird to call it a content drought for a game that's not even officially out yet, but you know. Deadlock is so good, but CBA with constant patching kind of games. Yeah, and I mean, okay, in the game's defense, it is also because it's literally not out yet. You know, they are straight up developing it, so I totally get your feeling. I have the same vibe with most games. I would prefer if it just like came out and then you could just play it for a long time and really get used to it. But yeah, currently they're like messing around with a whole bunch of different changes. Like recently they changed how the rejuvenator works. So instead of it being one rejuvenator that drops, like when you kill the mid-boss, it's 3 small things that drop. And only the person that hit the crystal gets the rejuvenator buff to be able to respawn. So there isn't like that much of a fight for the one crystal that counts for the whole team. And instead it's like 3 individual ones, so you might just get 1 for yourself if you try to go and steal it. But then again, like I want to say a week or 2 later they changed it again, so it's no longer 3 different crystals. It's now once again 1 big crystal, except it can be hit multiple times, where for each hit you do on the crystal, your team gets 1, or everybody gets the Rejuvenator buff, except you get charges of it. So if your team hits the Rejuvenator crystal 3 times when it comes down, and the enemy team hits it once, every team gets the full buff, except you have 3 charges of it. So 3 people on your team can die and get revived. Doesn't matter who it is, so it could be the same guy that dies 3 times in a row, he gets revived, or it could be 3 individual people, whatever. But then 1 guy on the other team can also die and get revived. So it's like both teams have the Rejuvenator at the same time. So it's not as like hit or miss or like insano if you steal it, because you only get 1 charge as opposed to just getting the full effect and the team or the other team doesn't get any effect. It's a little different, but I respect it. It's a cool idea. I haven't played since that patch, I'm not gonna lie, but Parasol. Wait, is this insane? Slow fall here? Wait, hold on. Is this insane tech? Okay, it's not as insane as I thought it was gonna be, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I would like fly like more horizontal, but I guess not. So yeah, they are constantly making changes, and again, because game is in development, yada yada yada, but I do also feel like it is missing a lot of stuff. Like Viper is still basically Viper made for the other game that they were making. Oh shit. Oh shit. Go up. Oh. Okay, that's, I didn't mean to eat the. Okay, that was fucked up. Shit, this way. I love how I immediately tested what the fuck the Parasol does, but then immediately I just use it again and I fuck it up. So yeah, TLDR. Why the fuck are people playing Deadlock all of a sudden? I mean, the game is good, and I had a little brief stint with it again recently. That was just because I was looking for something to play and I didn't really have anything. And then I remembered, oh yeah, Deadlock is a ballin' game. I was just wondering if the big patch came today, because if the big patch came, that would be cool. Because I think a lot of people in the community are at least talking about that the big patch that's going to be coming is going to be open beta, because right now it's still in like that weird closed beta state where you need an invite and all that stuff. And the game isn't technically real yet because it's not listed anywhere. You can't even find it on like Steam charts and stuff like that, but yeah, allegedly it'll be full release. Well, not full release, but like at least open beta. And like 1 billion changes are gonna come, and like 4 new heroes are gonna be introduced and all that. Okay, what are we doing here? Is there any... This rock's on fire. Okay, why did I think that was a good idea? Yeah, that too. Neutral camps just being kind of alien boys. I mean, those guys are just straight up remnants from Citadel. I'll take the cannon, why not? Like just straight up the old game before they changed it. It's the same with, I think, Yamato. Everybody says that Yamato, the current character model, is just straight up the character model they made for her when they were still making Citadel, and then even when they changed the game to be Deadlocked instead, and they changed the art style to be like the, you know, 1950s New York thing, they haven't changed her character model yet, so it's still just like that sort of sci-fi alien, whatever the fuck model that she has. That eventually might get changed. Maybe. Oh fuck. I almost trucked that. Whoa. I mean, just generally a bunch of visual stuff that would be nice to update. Even if that stuff is like minor compared to the actual gameplay. It's nice if my game looks cool, you know? Not a necessity, but it's nice. Oh, I gotta climb. Bandage. Rope gun. Also remember I need to have or that I have the marshmallow. Fuck it, just take the trail mix. Let's go. I'm just gonna burn my energy here, just fuck it. Are we gonna save time here? We're gonna be like roughly even here on Caldera, but the Mesa split was pretty freaking big. Remind me after this run that I need to rename the Alpine split, because that's gonna annoy me every time I look over at the splits. Yes, time save. Look at the pace, look at the moves. Fuck. This makes it, right? Yep. And how much further up does this go? Can I take this all the way up? Yes. It is just about finding like those tiny ass cracks where you can fit in. Fit in the crack, man. Not that much rope, but like... Is it that much? Okay, this works for sure, confirmed. Gives me somewhere to stand. Yes. Yes, I do. Oh. Okay, stand. Stand. Chill. Just fucking lost my backpack. That would have been actually terrible. Okay, I'm making it across here because I don't know where else I can go. Okay, chest up there. That is where we have to go. I should have regened a little bit. It's fine. It's so sketchy where you're like, I want to just send it, but at the same time I want to regen. Oh, that's where the chest is. I had a rope, right? Yep. I didn't even need the rope. That's actually kind of tragic. I didn't need to use that. Shit. New chain launcher though. Sport drink. This is just funny, so I'm gonna do it. Let's go. Woohoo! That's so unnecessary. I did. I barely made it anywhere. Yeah, I feel like the cannon is funny as fuck, but it's so fucking unnecessary. Big sport drink. I'm gonna save this. Grab the granola bar. Fuck the cannon, because we're not using that again. Yeah, we can go across here, and then maybe we can either use the rope or the chain launcher. Get across. Okay, okay. We are on an insane pace though, so I think we're... Unless I just decide to yeet myself off a cliff here or something, I think we're fine. I say that as I'm about to yeet myself off of a cliff. Okay. Just regen here. And go. I also have the anti-grav rope that I can use here. We're so good. I need to get up over there, though. More to the right. Okay, don't get stuck here. Ah, fuck it, just use the rest of the rope. Oh my god, no! It got stuck! Okay, that's not how I envisioned that going. I was hoping it would make me able to climb all the way up here. Fuck's sake. Okay, I don't want to talk about this run. We're gonna PB and then we're gonna move on, alright? No one tell anybody about what happened. For all everybody else knows, this was just an insane pace run. Which, to be fair, it was pretty good. I need to bring a flare. I need to remember to do that. Because for the most part, I'm just kind of stacked on items. It's only during Mesa and Alpine where we're kind of screwed. Otherwise, everything's just kind of Gucci for the most part. Come on, make it. Ah! I have to get to the fucking end here. Choose for the Esports World Cup ad just into the run. Hey, you know, kids, how you can avoid ads on this stream? You can use your Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime. Use your Twitch Prime for same-day Amazon Prime delivery. Not for any other reason. Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime for this insane PB. No world record though. Yeah, this is like a, what, sub 43? Hey, that's like 7 minutes, eh? Yes! New PB, baby! Let's fucking go! Whoa! GG, thank you, Bam Bam. Thank you, everybody. New eyes unlocked. Eye emoji. Appreciate that. Yeah. Let us rename the split. Call it Alpine / Mesa. Mesa Verde. Oopsie. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go stare into my fridge a second time and pray a cold drink just appears. Alright. If you can believe it, I stared enough into the fridge and a cold beverage appeared. A beer. Hey, listen, it's 6 p.m. I'm now legally allowed to drink a beer without being frowned upon by society. You made it just in time for the 3-hour lasagna break? No. Lucky you. I have already decided I'm ordering takeaway today, which means I'm only going to be gone for like 15 minutes at some point to pick up my food. Ooh, that's actually so nice. Dude, a cold beer on a hot day is, oh man. A beer. Man, a beer on a hot day. Oh, feels fucking nice, doesn't it? Hey, Straba, how you doing? I'm just gonna enjoy this for a moment, you know, just sit back, chill, drink my beer. I need to go to main menu anyways, otherwise my speedruns don't count. Yeah, that's what I wanted to check. Is this set to random? It is set to random. Good. For those that are wondering, this is a mod that's installed. Did I see the shitter who cheated a run onto the board? The shitter who cheated a run onto the board. A part of me wants to say no, but at the same time, are you talking about me? I will say though, I can beat the allegations. I did not cheat. Also, I assume, are you talking about this game? For Peak? Because no. Unless you happen to be talking about the run that was submitted like 2 months ago, where it was like a co-op run where the guys pretended they found like flying, but it's just literally them jumping into each other and then one guy hitting the no-clip button and then he just flies to the next level. It's like, guys, if you go ragdoll on the floor and your teammate jumps into you, you can just fly, and it's the most strange thing ever. It's the most strange thing. It's just like, oh, he ragdolls on the ground, his teammate jumps into him, and then, oh wow, I can now just, in a very exact, precise straight line, just fly upwards. And all of a sudden, when I hit like the top of the mountain where you can like hit the level transition to go to the next map, oh, it just happens to stop and I just fall safely to the ground. I go up, I hit the campfire, next level loads, and then, ooh, my teammate bumps into me, oh, and I fly off again. Wow, crazy. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Also, I'm just now realizing there is a random seed category on speedrun.com. Is this new? Did this just get added? No, probably not. Did I just not read that at all? Did I completely miss that on the leaderboard, that they have random seed? So my entire spiel earlier about like not having to validate myself through speedrun leaderboards, I can throw that out the window, and now I actually can validate myself through speedrun leaderboards. Yes. The glitch was irreversibly patched, and yeah, even with down patching, nobody else could recreate it. It's like, yeah, and the no clip flying just happens to look exactly like the flying that you can do when you download this mod that allows you to no clip fly. Yeah, it just happens to look exactly one-to-one, like the way that you fly, the way that your arms like hover while you're no clip flying. It just, what a strange coincidence. I can't really explain it, you know? sus peek. Me when I'm spectating my teammates in CSGO. Bro, don't peek. Why you have to sus peek? Don't peek, don't peek. Yeah, all my validation is from me getting world record in tiny niche video games that no one cares about. If you don't have a world record in a video game that has less than 10 players, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? You need to be able to roll up to people at bars, at conventions, at events, and be like, I'm the world record holder for Date My Dad 2025 in the category glitchless, no major skips, console downpatched. I'm the only runner, but I have world record. It's actually insane. I'm the goddess of gamer. No other gamer has godded gamer more than me. How about a world record in a game with one runner? I see you. I see you. You can't hide from me. I see you people. I see you people with runs on leaderboards with only one timer. I see you people that make leaderboards for games where you're the only player and nobody else would ever dream of doing runs of them. I see you. I see you. Where are you if you don't have top 5 and Outlast any percent? Has Outlast any percent even changed? Like ever? Hold on. Speedrun.com. It's still like 10 minutes, right? Outlast. 132 active players. Whoa, it's 5 minutes. Actually 4. 4.5. Damn. Jokerinsky with the 4.5-minute long Outlast run. Okay, I'm intrigued and curious. Let's watch the Outlast run that is 4.5 minutes long. I'm intrigued. Found a skip to get out of the big long conversation stuck in a box. I'll remind you, I haven't finished this game. I played through the first half of the game while I was drunk in a basement and without wearing a t-shirt with 4 other guys that were also drunk and not wearing t-shirts. So that's my experience with the first half of this game. It's just me being drunk and shirtless in a basement with a bunch of dudes. And we had our friend that's terrible with horror games be the one that's actually playing the game, and he was mostly screaming the entire time. Which honestly just added to the whole experience. What's up with the no shirts? It's just guys being dudes. I mean, what's better than that? What's better than just guys being dudes? You made that sound like a bad idea? Oh, that wasn't my intention. That was absolutely wonderful. It was a great thing. You just jump through the hedge? Through that wall? Okay. What a great split. Thank you, George W. Oh yeah, you're instantly here. Okay. Okay, you're up here. Okay, now you're here. Okay, also remind me, isn't there usually like a bunch of filters and stuff that make this part of the game like really spooky and like atmospheric? Do you remove those, or is that like a setting, or do you just go into the config and remove all the spooky filters? Surely it's not this bright. Like, I know it's a horror game, and I know it's supposed to be like a well-lit underground lab, but surely it doesn't look this good. It is lit up down here? Really? Okay. Because I feel like the entire rest of the game is always like dark and spooky. And like I said, we didn't make it this far in the game, so I have no clue what this part of the game looks like. It just doesn't, it doesn't at all look like what I remember. That's all. Turn off the valve for the life support fluid. That's a sick pipe. Okay. You're in the ceiling. That's another sick pipe. Yeah, he really likes that pipe. Gotta zoom in on that. This is the part where you get chased by a ghost, right? I just knocked my control key off. My keyboard, oops. So when he was in that bloody lab and just jumped through the ceiling, that skips a 3 to 4 minute conversation cutscene where you're stuck. That's why the one dropped from like 9 minutes down to this. That was found about a year or 2 ago. It's always sick when you can like find new stuff, especially not just finding new stuff, but specifically new stuff that skips long ass cutscenes, because long ass cutscenes where you just have to stand there and like watch people like talk are just the worst. Like, remind me, in BioShock 1, there's that long ass cutscene where you have to listen to Andrew Ryan. Didn't people find a way to skip that? Or was that combined with that skip that the developers actually told speedrunners about? Because there was a glitch that nobody knew about, where if you, like with your electroshock, you just electrify a door, it just hits the end level trigger for some reason, which nobody knew about until a developer pointed it out on like a podcast or something, where he's like, did you guys know, fun fact, while we were fucking around while developing the game, we made it so this door just fucking ends the cutscene when you zap it with lightning. I don't know why it does that. We just figured that out, and then speedrunners just went like, what? What? Man. What's going on there is when you vault something, open a door, your hitbox shrinks to just a few pixels. So they vault the counter in that lab, then run along the counter to get to the wall and then jump up the wall. You have to stay adjacent to a wall door or you lose the tiny hitbox. Okay, so it's not just for like frame perfect movement that you hug the wall, it's because you want to like maintain your pixel width. Wait, you lose multiple fingies in this game? I thought you only lost like one fingy. I thought that was like the weird doctor guy that cuts off one finger. I didn't know you lost fingers everywhere. That's kind of fucked up. Put a band-aid on it. You just gotta... You guys ever played Resident Evil 8? There's that scene where, like, the giant, like, 7-foot tall lady, or, like, 9-foot tall lady, whatever the fuck she is, she, like, cuts off your entire arm, and then after, like, a brief chase sequence while you're in an elevator, you just put on your arm again and put some, like, disinfectant on it, and it's like, oh, yeah. Arm glues back on, and it just immediately works again. It's like, yeah. That works. That's how that works. Yep. Superman. Is this just like a chase sequence? I like to imagine this is just what Kainalo does at ESA when he's running around with his camera. Like, for those that don't know, Kainalo has his little camera that he's brought with him for the last couple of ESAs, and this is just like what he goes through. Like, we don't see this. This is all like behind the scenes footage of Kainalo trying to just record shit for ESA. You don't see his pain, only the footage. Yeah, have you guys ever really noticed if Kai's visiting or missing any fingers? Yeah, I bet you haven't. Now you know. This is what he goes through every time. Did he just inhale a man? Yeah? Just guys being dudes. Oh, yeah, Walrus, the thing, it's explained, like, lore-wise, like, why the main character is not dead, because he should have died, like, 1,000,000,000 times. Like, he canonically, not just from, like, a gameplay thing, should have died, but, like, canonically why he doesn't die. It's just funny, you know? Oh, my arm fell off. Oh, nein! Meine Arm! Ah, scheiße! And then he just fucking done, and then it's back on, and the main, he doesn't even himself in the game be like, I wonder why that works. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Damn, I could just glue my arm back on. Especially because it's not at that point revealed yet. So for almost every single person I've watched play RE8, it's just like a, what are we doing here, man? Like, it's like in the first 3 hours of the game, you get your arm cut off, and then like 15 hours later, then there's an explanation for it, which is like, yeah, it's good that it ties it together. It's just funny as fuck when it happens. Oh. Oh, the run's end. The run's done. I was like, why are we in the... I was like, why are we in the controls menu, man? What are we doing here? I didn't realize we were done. Why is this here? Why do we just have, like... What's that, almost 2 minutes of the controls menu? Yeah, is this... necessary? Does he need to show this? Is this, did he like leave his PC and just like start coming in his pants or something? Like, what's going on? It's just 2 minutes of, oh wow, R to reload. Jump, spacebar, show notes. Yep. He was probably just talking to his chat. Who would do that? Who would talk to their chat? You gotta lock in. You gotta be locked in on the content that you produce. You probably just pause, says a really world record with this chat. But yeah, why in the controls menu? It's not like, whoa, I just got a world record in Mirror's Edge. Top 1, open menu, scroll down to the controls menu and just leave it there and then just go, ah! Like that's the first thing I think of doing. It's not like just backing away from my keyboarding or celebrating. It's like, no, options menu, controls, advanced controls, keybinds, scroll down, leave it there. Like, I want to celebrate, but I need to know what button is my reload on. I just don't remember. Yeah, why is it in the uploaded video? Why did he not just like cut those 2 minutes off? Like, what does that need to be there? That too. Alright, let's go again. Alright, let's all get a new random mountain. Let's see where we go. Level 1. Cool items. Yay. Decent. Do they have fully procedurally generated mountains now? Or do you mean right mountain from the 12 or what did they have before? It's a random mountain from the current pool of maps. Because one thing that I've learned by like reading a bunch of the Discord messages and the forum posts is apparently it's somewhere between 12 to 15 maps that are there, but the 12-15 maps are actually new every time there's an update to the game. So it's not like there's only 12-15, there's 12-15 every time there's just like a big patch or something. So if you run on a very specific patch, it'll always be the same like 12 to 15. So if you are on patch like 1.6, it's like 12 maps. If you're running on patch 1.7, then it's like 13 or 14, and those 13 or 14 are different from the other 12. So there has to absolutely be some kind of like procedurally generated shit they do to like test it, because it is, you know, it's different every time. And then with the new patch, because for those that don't know, there was a patch that came out for this game like 2 days ago. So now the third biome, which used to be just Alpine, is now a new biome called Mesa. And I think for the first week right after this patch is released, it's just gonna be Mesa, but going forward it's gonna be random. It'll be random whether it's the Alpine or Mesa. This is a terrible path. I'll go this way. Let's go up here. I'm gonna just pray there's an edge here I can stand on. Please, edge. Thank you. This path is terrible. Wow, that's bad. Okay. Can I save myself here somehow? I'm gonna lollipop. Alright, good enough. I don't think I want to go in here actually. Ooh, yeah, this is bad. That's a bad path. Ooh, that's... I have to go around here, I think. This is the cool part about doing random runs, is you're just constantly like looking around for a new path. You have to like adapt on the fly. And just kind of accept sometimes if a path just is bad, and you're just like, yep, this path is fucked. And there's probably going to be a bunch of situations where I just have to send it. You know, you don't know what's going to be there. Don't know if there's an edge to stand on. No nothing. Just hold W, see what happens. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, fuck it. Airplane food. It's actually, now that I think about it, it's been ages since the last time I've been on a flight where I got food. Because the last couple times I've been flying, it's only been like small trips, like trips that have been like an hour, maybe like, I think 3 hours is the longest in recent memory that I've been on. Otherwise, it's been like years since I've been on like a proper long flight where I had to get food on the flight. Because I remember I was in Australia like a bunch of years ago. Oh, can I make this? Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Ooh. Okay, there's an edge up there. Maybe that works. So I don't even remember, like, because I remember last time I had airline food might have been that one trip to Australia that I had, and that must have been in, like, I want to say 2019 or something like that. And that wasn't too bad. At least that's how I remember it. This might be fucked. We might be fucked here. Oh, please let me stand here. Come on. Yes! Isn't it about as fast to take trains there? It depends. It really depends on where you're going and where you're going from. Because it depends. For example, for me, I'm from Denmark, and Denmark isn't like just a country surrounded by landmass in every way. We have like a bunch of different islands. So if I wanted to go to Germany, I have to cross 2 bridges, go west, and then go south from there. So if you want to go down to Germany or further south, then it is just way, way faster to fly. Because just simply getting out of the country to go towards Germany by train is 3 hours. Because it's such a like roundabout way to go down that way. So for example, if I wanted to fly down to, let's say, Cologne, in Germany, I think that's like a 2-hour flight, something like that. I think if I wanted to fly to Vienna, I think that's also like a 3-hour flight, something like that. What is this? What is this? What is this map generation? So it really depends. If you live in like central Germany, I imagine it's not too bad because you can go most places, unless again you're going to Norway or something like that. They're all alternatives. For example, if I wanted to go to Norway, I could just fly to Oslo, or I could take a ferry. The thing is, ferry is cheaper, but also probably a lot slower. It also depends. It's only cheaper if you're actually traveling with a like a car and multiple people, because with the ferry you're paying per person that you're going with. Oh, sorry, with the car. No, wait, excuse me. You're just paying for the car and whatever is inside of it. So if you're taking the car to Norway from Denmark, it's way cheaper if you're like 3, 4 people, whatever, and you're traveling with your own car to take the ferry. But if you're just one guy like me, it's way cheaper to just take the plane, because, you know, if I want to take a car as just one person, it doesn't make sense. Meanwhile, with a plane and 4 people going to Norway, then you have to pay for 4 plane tickets as opposed to 1, but the price for the ferry with just 1 car is still the same. That also means you have to use Deutsche Bahn. Yeah, that is the unfortunate reality of living in Germany, is you have to take Deutsche Bahn. Yeah, I wouldn't wish Deutsche Bahn upon my worst enemy, I'm sorry to say. Deutsche Bahn is an experience in itself. I still think it's funny that even though people joke about how bad Deutsche Bahn is, it just surprises you every single time about how bad it can be. Almost every time there's an ESA or like a big event or something where a bunch of Germans need to travel, there's always a handful every single time that gets stuck somewhere, their flight gets canceled, it's delayed by like 3 hours or something like that, and it's always the Germans. Or sorry, not their flight, their plane. Oh wait, their train, excuse me. And it's like, how does it always happen? It's like every year, without fail, there's always someone that gets massively screwed over. There's never a year where everything just goes to plan, everyone arrives on time and has a wonderful time at the event. No, no, no. It's always someone gets stuck and is just screwed at the airport. Bandage, don't care. Antidote, don't care. Private plane. Walrus, I'm on speedrun.com. Ain't nobody on speedrun.com got a fucking private plane. Shit. Actually, that's not true. There's a bunch of like big streamer boys that have speedrun.com profiles. Why does it have that reputation? Mismanagement? Maintenance? I can't tell you exactly why. I just think it's, I mean, it's experience mostly from what I've heard everybody experience. I don't really travel with Deutsche Bahn. I think almost every single time I've been to Germany, I've somehow managed to mostly avoid it, which I'm pretty happy about. But yeah, almost every time I've gone to an event or have heard of others going to an event to and from Germany, they just get fucked. You got the reference. I love you. Love you too, buddy. You know what else I love? Really comfortable socks. What's a luxury? Give me an example of a luxury. Private plane. What is this sheer cliff? What, do I go up there? Is that the only way? Give me this energia drink. Can't fathom trains worse than English, so it's crazy to you. It's, yeah, I mean, it's one of those where you always think you have it bad. And I'm from Denmark, and I'm not gonna lie, Danish trains aren't great either. I just think personally I've always had a really lucky break with trains. It's very rarely that they're canceled, and in the event that they're canceled, I've always happened to travel at a point where there's like a new one, you know, shortly after, like half an hour later, 15 minutes later. So even if my train gets canceled, it's like, whatever, I'll get a fucking donut at 7-Eleven, you know, it's not a big deal. But I have just heard of people that are like, I am now stuck in Hamburg for 4 hours because my train got canceled and the only driver that knows how to drive that specific model of train has been assassinated outside of Cologne. And it's like, ah. So they need to hire a new guy that they need to train how to drive those trains. And then when that guy arrives, he's also late for work for by 2 hours because he's asleep. And it's like 7 p.m. and you're like, why is this man asleep? And I feel like that's just like the general experience most people tell me about. It's just like random shit happening. Like the most random shit. You saw a Danish film recently? Oh, which one? This is a true story. 100% facts. The girl with the needle about Dama Olby. Fuck, it is true. Danes can't pronounce their own words. Dama Olby. Olby. Okay, I actually don't know my own language. Meine Gott. Don't know that one though, I have to admit. I haven't really watched many Danish movies, I admit. I've watched a bunch from like the early 2000s, a lot of the sort of... There's like a, I don't know what to call them, like a bunch of comedy movies from like the early 2000s. That are sort of like a holy trinity of Danish comedy movies from that period. I watched those. I watched that one drinking movie with Mads Mikkelsen that came out like a few years ago that got a bunch of like big awards like won like best international movie and stuff like that. I watched that one. I think that's honestly only, actually that's not true. That's mostly the only Danish movies I've watched as far as I remember. I did remember watching there was a movie that came out, I want to say 6 years ago. Yeah, about 6 years ago, which was, it's like a World War II movie, except it's about the, I'm gonna wait for the rain here. It's a movie from like 6 years ago that's about the Danish ambassador in the US, I believe, around World War II, which was the guy that basically sold Greenland to the US. I say sold in air quotes, but he effectively gave rights for the Americans to establish air bases on Greenland without the the Danish government's consent, because at that time there wasn't a connection from Denmark to the US because we were annexed by the Germans. So that one ambassador in the US just more or less like on his own made a deal with the Americans like, hey man, we can be homies and you guys can have a bunch of air bases and shit on Greenland. It's a pretty good movie, although it is heavily fictionalized, which I think is kind of funny. Like, there's a bunch of scenes where like the Danish ambassador is sitting in the kitchen of the White House having like a very serious conversation with Winston Churchill and the American president and stuff, and you're just like, yeah, that didn't happen. That's not how that went. I mean, they're glazing the it's a Danish movie, so they're of course glazing the shit out of the Danish ambassador. It's like, it's just kind of funny when it's like, yeah, it didn't quite go like that, but you know, it looks cool. Yeah, it's actually true. Did you guys know Harold Bluetooth of Danish descent actually flew in from the grave and killed Hitler by himself? It was actually never Russia that entered Berlin to stop the war. It was actually a bunch of Danes on bicycles. Our bicycle brigade came in and assassinated Hitler. Elite squad. Which is exactly how the Frogman Corps was established. Like, you know those elite soldiers that you always see with like the little veil covering their face? Tombo randomly walked past him at Copenhagen Airport, and he's saying you realized it's after he passed you. That's actually kind of cool. Although to be fair, Denmark is also quite a small country, and if you're flying anywhere that isn't just within like Europe, there's only really one airport you can fly from, so if anything, that would be the place to like meet celebrities, I guess. Exactly, Jim. Hey, at least the Danish military, they have the courtesy to alert their enemy before they kill them, you know? It's like it's a way of disrespecting them. It's like, yeah, I'm alerting you to the fact that I'm killing you now, just to embarrass them as much as possible. Thank you, Walrus. That would be the place to run into him specifically. Yep. I mean, just honestly, I guess it depends on like what level of like stars you're talking about, because I imagine if it's like giant mega stars like Taylor Swift or whatever that you want to meet, I mean, you're probably never going to meet them at an airport because they have their own private jets. I mean, probably specifically Taylor Swift has like 18 private jets that she just flies around for fun. So if anything, it's like certain stars or stars that are big but not so big that they're like ultra millionaires. Actually, I don't know. Do you think movie stars like oh shit. movie stars like Will Smith. Do you think Will Smith takes a private plane, or do you think he just pays for first class whenever he goes anywhere? Because I have no idea. Like, how much... I know he makes a shitload of money, and he's obviously rich and has, like, $1 billion in the bank account. But does he have enough to just fly anywhere you want? Because I have no actual grasp of how rich Will Smith is. I know he is rich and has probably $1 billion, but... Well, not an actual billion, but you know what I mean. Like, he's giga rich. Does this take me anywhere? Sure, good enough. Definitely used to know how much money he has now. I mean, unless he, like, goes out and spends a bunch, I don't see why he wouldn't still have a bunch of money. Because it's not like the whole slap scandal, like, deleted money from his bank account. It probably got him a bunch less, like, movie deals, sure. But I don't think that would specifically, like, stop him from having money, you know, if he already has a bunch of money. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Chartering is probably a lot cheaper than owning a private jet. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, we're not talking about, like, what's the most cheap option here. Like, these are people where they don't give a fuck what the cheapest option is, you know? They're just thinking about what is the most comfortable way for me to spend as much money as possible. Like, it's not even a consideration. These are people that have so much money that they don't even need to wonder, like, oh, is it worth for me to get the upgrade? Do I need to buy the ESA VIP ticket? Do I need to buy the Fast Pass when I go to Six Flags? You know, and when I go on roller coasters? Like, that's not even a consideration. They just do it. You know? Like, it does not matter to them. Unless you are literally just fuck you rich. Yeah. But I feel like even if you're like movie star rich, even if you have like, if you're, what's a good example of someone that's rich but not like insano giga rich? Fuck, I can't come with a good example. Where do I go here, by the way? What are we doing here? Okay, I think I'm energy drinking somewhere. But where? But where? But where? But where? Am I going up here? I'm getting this chest. Adam Sandler came to mind. Oh shit. No, another dynamite! No! Okay, we're alive. I tried to run back and pick up the fucking dynamite to throw it away. He grabbed the fucking granola bar. Is the granola bar there still, at least? No. That granola bar is fucking gone. Oh, this is bad. Oh! I don't know how I jumped like that. Shit. Okay, airline food. Okay, we can stand here. Good. more lugage. Oh, perfect. Go up there, I guess. This looks like a good path. Chesties. I'm actually curious. Can someone do a little test for me? Because I've never... Listen, no surprise. I'm not rich at all. I'm not a billionaire, nothing like that. But can someone just do a random test to, I don't know, some location? If you wanted to fly to, let's say Japan, right? Just, I don't know. Let's say if I wanted to fly from Frankfurt to Japan, to Tokyo, can someone just do a comparison of what are the ticket prices for a regular flight, like a normal person's flight to Japan, to Tokyo from Frankfurt, versus a first class ticket of that same distance? Because I have no clue how much the actual price difference is between those two kinds of tickets. Like, for me at least, going first class has never even like been a consideration. I don't, you know, I would rather spend that money on something else on the trip, or just something else in general currently, than I would want to spend that on like a first class. Because I imagine it's like a few hundred euros extra, right? Just for the upgrade. I'm talking in euros, but my brain isn't aligned to euros. It's way more for a long flight. Is it? Is it like 1,000 euros more? Or like multiple thousands? It's like 1k euros or more. $1.4k for regular, 3.5 for business. Oh shit. And that's just for business. Damn, okay. So what, first is probably like 5k then, maybe? 6k then? Something like that? I don't actually know what the difference between first class and business class is even. First class goes up to like 20k? 20? That's... Come on. Like... I know this is supposed to be like, oh, if you have like a shitload of money and stuff, but like 20k? Also, what is this route? Where am I going? This is a fucked up route. These people have shitloads of money? Yeah, but listen, I heard of someone that was considering next time they were going on like a long trip, say that they would just spend the money to say fuck it and just go first class, and I'm just kind of like, damn, why? You have massage beds and shit. It's I want to look at this myself afterwards. I need the numbers. I need the facts. Okay, we're on an insanely bad pace, but it's fine. Surely our items will be insane here. Our items are trash here. A bed, chair, and desk. Holy. I mean, the bed, sure, so you can sleep. Why the fuck would you need a desk, though, man? Like, what the fuck is the point of the desk? That was a gold split? Okay, I mean, we're still behind, but apparently it was a gold. Oh. Grab the... Fuck. do have a bandage. Okay, good. Thank God I kept that bandage. Thank you, God in Himmel. People that buy those tickets also work 24/7? Also true. But it's like work 24/7, and then it probably also like depends on like what they work with, that kind of thing. So if they have some kind of like a business job where they always need to be reachable or do something. You're looking at 150k US dollar figures from Frankfurt to Tokyo. What's a private jet? I mean, then it's not your jet, right? Then it's like you're booking a private jet where you could probably bring as many people as you want. Assuming that's what you mean with that. I can make this. I can make this. I can make this. Lava coming. Private company, pilot, traffic airspace, airport parking, tons more. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound bad, especially because if you're booking the plane, I imagine you don't really need to pay for individuals, right? Because you just have the plane. So honestly, maybe that's not even that bad. And if you're like a big group and you have a lot of money, obviously, I'm not saying for like Mr. and Mrs. like a regular fuck. I'm talking like if you're a bunch of people and you're wealthy, I mean, just booking a private plane is probably not too crazy. Again, I'm not talking about like what makes sense for regular people, but just, and I could understand if you really have a bunch of cash to burn to maybe go business class. Like, especially for me, I probably some of the people that are tall in this chat that can relate. Paying for business class if you have the money to do it, and it's not like a huge deal, is at least for me something I personally would do. Because sitting in economy with 0 leg space for like 12 hours is torture, like actual torture. Like I'm at the point where probably going forward, because I had a I think the last trip that I had on a plane, I remember just being fucking awful. Like I had 0 leg space. It was only a 3-hour flight, so it wasn't like the end of the world, but it was awful. Like no leg space. I just felt so cramped. It's one of those where I feel like I literally have my knees jammed in to the seat in front of me. And because I had I think I had a window seat. I had a window seat, so there's no space to like, you know, put your legs out to the side or anything like that. And it's just torture. It's just actual torture. How tall am I again? I'm 196. 196. No, with the window seat, nowhere you can like put your legs, and your legs are already, while you're just sitting like as straight as you can in the seat to take up as little space as possible, while your knees are still jamming into the back of the person in front of you, is just no. It's awful. I'm flying to Norway here in like September, where I'm getting a it's only like a 1-hour flight, so I mean I can survive that, but I think anything more than that, and I absolutely would actually fuck the lunchbox. Any more than that, and I would just buy the upgrade, or not upgrade, excuse me, just the emergency row seat. Emergency row seat is fine. Emergency row seats aren't like the end of the world. It's like what, $50 extra or something like that. I think it's like somewhere between 20 to $50 extra, depending on the company. also why you always take the aisle seat. Yeah, honestly, aisle seat is the best. I know everybody's like, oh no, I want the window seat because they want to look out the window, and I get that, you know, looking out the window is cool. But when you actually need to fight with the amount of space that you have, it's like any amount of respite to just be able to stick your leg out to the side a little bit is like a fucking godsend. Okay, so our items are dog water. This is gonna be fun. So yeah, for me, next time I'm flying, if I'm going on like a big flight, if I'm going to the US or, I don't know, back down to Australia, or just like any longer flight or anything like that, I am for sure, at minimum, getting the emergency exit row. Having your own personal row for your flight back from Osaka was such bliss. Oh god. You know, people literally would pay hundreds of dollars for that, right? That's like an insane RNG. I didn't grab the edge. I didn't take any damage. I'm cheating. It's like a million food items that I have, and then like, I think I had one energy drink or something. Oh, can I stand there? No. 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 Dude, this is so ass. Meant to do, but okay, we're going. We're not making it out of here alive. Oh, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're not gonna make it very fast, but we're gonna make it. You and me. Watch me. Okay, we're cooked. I don't see any path here, and I have no good items. Okay, am I just cranking this just for the extra energy? I think I am. Yep, that was necessary. And it's a bandage. And here comes the lava. Yeah, okay, this right side is good. We're gonna make it, kids. We're gonna make it. Okay, over there's my best bet, but there's no good path. Okay, we're going up here. No, don't slide. Yeah, I think think it has to be here. I'm gonna just eat a bunch of these for the energy. Oh, and then not fuck my energy like that. Okay, go. Go, 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 go. Okay. I fucking hate that we're using our shitty food items that we need to restore hunger with just for small increments of extra stamina. I mean, if it works, it works. It's just... it's so wasteful. Like here? Extra chest. Okay, please, God. Energy drink. It's not. It's not nothing. Where the fuck now, though? Can I stand here? Please stand here. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please tell me this goes somewhere. Listen, I'm already gonna reveal right now, we're not gonna PB. There's still a ways to go before we're at the top. But if we can make it with this run, I'm still gonna be pretty fucking happy. Because this final level of kiln has been a fucking disaster so far. Chests. Amazing chest ahead. Please, God. Okay, I mean, it's a usable item. It's another trail mix. Okay, we're getting saved by all these chests, though. Without these chests, we would be so fucked. Oh, that's a fucking granola bar. Immediately after I eat that, I get a fresh tick of hunger. Real. No. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm just gonna send it here. Wherever this goes, take me to the top. Okay. Yes, baby, yes. Yes. I'm telling you, we're making it. We're gonna make it here. That one energy drink that had to go the distance. That was scary. Yes! 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 Hoo-hoo-hoo! You see that, kids? You see that shit? We're fucking doing it. Look at my insane pace. Listen, I'm just saying, that wasn't actually that terrible. For having 0 items by the time that we make it to peak, only food items, and not even good food items, it's like mostly trail mix and just granola bars. That was pretty okay. I think at this point, when you light the flare, you don't even need to do anything anymore. Again, not a PB, but still a damn good run, if you ask me. That's sick. That's really fucking sick. Good fucking shit. It's also nice to know that, you know, even if you get absolutely terrible items, as long as you're decently fast, it's still fine. I mean, obviously, I think the best setup that you want for items is for it to be like 30% food items, because you still need some food items to fight the hunger. The hunger will slowly screw you over. But also, getting like, you know, 66% actual useful items. Like, if you can get a rope launcher, or a chain launcher, or energy drinks, lollipops. Like, you saw that energy drink absolutely saved my life. Thanks for keeping the stream running while you did food and yard work so your PC doesn't turn off. You know there's a setting for that in Windows, right, Finzi? You do know that's a thing, right? Surprised I didn't take the scout cannon. I think the scout cannon is funny as hell. Like, actually just like insanely funny item. I just don't think it's probably very good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe in co-op, because you can use it for like multiple people to like shoot multiple people over an edge and stuff like that, which is probably pretty fun. Scout cannon for the lava. Yeah, I feel like especially on the last level on Kiln, if you stand in the wrong spot and you like shoot yourself up towards an edge and you miss it by like a centimeter, your ass is gone. You're going down. Like, you're ragdolling. I think that's the thing about the scout cannon is for the first like 3 seconds of you flying, you're ragdolling. If you hit a wall, you're kind of fucked. That was fun though. Very, very good run. Alright, I'm kind of curious. I know I already checked earlier, but I already forgot. What was the time? What times are people getting for a random seed? It's a great leaderboard name that they have. Random seed, parentheses, don't trust the current leaderboard. It's being modified. Close parentheses. It's like 22-minute times? Is that actually... I guess it's not current patch. Also, I wonder, just in general, how much the time from Alpine and Mesa actually differ, because I feel like Mesa is infinitely harder than Alpine. Not only because we have to go through the middle for the most part on Mesa to avoid the sun, but just the sun in general just kind of cooks you, so you have to take breaks. You kind of need to do that with the Frostwind as well, but I feel like most of the time it's a 50-50 whether the Frostwind, or the Blizzard rather, if it even affects you, you know? I feel like 90% of the time it's just fine. Okay, I'm curious. If I wanted to buy... This is what we were talking about earlier. If I wanted to go Copenhagen to Tokyo... Just as an example. Let's say I want to fly in November. Saturday to Saturday. One person. Okay, can I get just like direct? Oh, there is no like direct. Okay, what's an easy... What is Frankfurt fly direct? Surely Frankfurt is direct. One stop. There's a couple direct flights. Okay, so with... okay, this is just like make a comparison. So here I have one for 10,000 Danish kroner. Or so, barely 11,000, which is 2 direct flights to and from Tokyo. Let me see if I can I select this and then change it to be first class just to see what the prices are. For reference, that is, let's see, what did it say it was? In 10,080. It's about 1,450 euros, roughly, is what this tells me. Just for the, it's with return flight, so it's a flight there and a flight back. So if I wanted to, how do you, can I book through Lufthansa themselves? What if I book through Lufthansa? Frankfurt, ja, to Tokyo. Tokyo, all airports. What was the dates I said? 15th of November, sure. This is just random dates as an example, and then return on the 22nd. Search flights. Okay, some flights you can get for like just straight up like 900, 700 euros even. Yeah, 700 euro flights. And then there is 4,000 euro flights on business. Wait, what's with these? Some of these flights are just weird because for some of them, it's cheaper to fly economy. But then I go down one flight where economy is one price, economy is 900. Then on the next flight, economy is 700, so economy is cheaper. But on that same flight, business is like almost double the price. So there's some of these where you can get business class for like 2,600 euros, which is not like, I mean, it's still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but it's like, for a flight where you're sitting in a plane for 13 hours, not heard of. I do want to see, can you not, how do you book first class? I wish to book first class. Business basic, business flex. Lufthansa book first class. Theirs was expensive because it was peak cherry blossom season. No, what I was comparing was those were flights in the same day within like the span of a couple of hours. It was like a 1,500 euro difference between whether you wanted to arrive at 9 in the morning or at like 11 in the morning. 1,500 euro difference on business class, which is quite a lot. I mean, true. Flight prices are insane. Okay, this is all great. It's really trying to sell me on first class stuff. How do I book? I want to book first class. I have $1 billion. I want to fly first class. Yes, I wish to fly to not Orlando. No. Just search Japan. Let me go to Tokyo. Let me go in November. Oh shit. Fly home. Search. I can get, huh? I can get a first class seat with a return flight. I think this is with a return. Yeah, for 4,500 euros. That's almost the same price as one of those arrivals on business class was. Again, this is still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but that's like not an unheard of amount of money. I feel. So the what was the cheapest? The cheapest price that I found on that was for a Lufthansa flight. For comparison, was I not the cheapest, but just one I found just off the cuff was 1,450 euros, and then for first class is 4,500. So it's still three times as much, but I expected that to be way more. I can see also the first place tickets seems to also like swap. It's like either 4,500 or 8,000, like one or the other. Where are we going? We're going to Tokyo. It was a random example because I wanted to see how much first price or first class tickets actually are when going to different places. Because I've never, I don't think most anybody here has flown first class in their life, but I just wanted to see what the actual price difference between a regular ass ticket and first class is. And yeah, it turns out it's still a lot, but it's way less than I assumed it was going to be. So yeah, maybe for like a honeymoon, or something, or if I'm really like celebrating something like really really insane, that could be a thing. Honeymoon flight. Uh, I don't know what else is like. What else is like a big celebration that people do where you spend like a shitload of money on flights? It's like anniversaries, maybe like your marriage anniversaries, like maybe like 10-year anniversary, 20-year anniversary, something like that. Is there any? I'm trying to think of like big events where you do that as like a normal person and not like, oh, I celebrated my next paycheck as like a billionaire or something like that. Yeah, probably just those. Third marriage. I mean, that's a honeymoon. That's a honeymoon. A third marriage. That's a third honeymoon. Maybe that's just the strat. Just get married and get divorced so you can farm. So you can farm honeymoons, dude. The new scam. New scam just dropped. Get married to go on honeymoons. Why do I say that as if like, oh yeah, that would just make it free? It's not gonna make it free. Just marry a rich person. Marry a rich person, make them pay for everything, divorce, repeat. I figured it out in 15 years and he can't figure out why he's broke. Like, I can't figure out. I keep paying for weddings and honeymoons and like new houses for like my seventh wife. Like, what? I just don't get it. Like, what the fuck? Why do I not have any money, man? I've taken like 18 loans. My 17 children keep complaining that I'm not paying them enough allowance. Like, I don't know where my money goes, man. Yeah, I've become so rich off of my speedrunning professional esports career. None of my friends are my friends anymore. I'm only friends with all the big shots. Me and my boy Tyler won in the speedrunning mansion. I feel like that idea that I always had about like it would be super cool to have like a speedrunning mansion. Like if I ever like became like a millionaire, like I won the lottery or I don't know, I became giant mega streamer man, or I don't know, somehow managed to acquire a shitload of money, right? And even if I got like a streamer mansion, like I don't know who would actually want to move in of like my speed friends, because for sure during like events, if I hold like we could just host like a hackathon there or something like that, or a similar event, something like that. But I don't know, no disrespect to my friends, but I don't know which one of my friends would actually want to live there, you know, because I think most people have lives in, you know, whatever country they're from. Like they go to work and shit. It's not like, hey man, you want to quit your job and just live in my speedrunning mansion? Like it's the fucking Hugh Hefner Playboy mansion, except it's for gamer nerds. Imagine I'm at ESA and a crowd of people only made of Cheezo 5 and Linkus following me everywhere. God, you're in. I guess if I am just making a lot of money, either people can just live there for free or for like an incredibly cheap rent that like barely exists. I mean, that would be. I mean, if people have jobs like where they can just work remote and like they don't even need to go to an office, I mean that those are people that could be convinced probably. Or if we have people that are just unemployed and don't do anything, I mean, they'd probably be pretty stoked about it. And then every once in a while, we invite all of our friends, do a couple speed runs, drink a couple beer, watch some shitty movies. Honestly, I'm still sold on the Speed Mansion. So you can clip this, post it somewhere. I don't care. Eventually, when I get rich, I'm still buying the Speed Mansion. Although I think I've thought about it more. I think I want like a side building. So there's the main house itself, but then if you want to set up like a stream area, you know, like how they do for ESA and like big events where they have like where the actual stream is and like where there's a bunch of like PCs set up that people can play games on and stuff. That should be in like a separate building. So there's like the normal house, and then there's like, you know how people buy like old farmhouses and they just take the old barn and they renovate the barn. So it's not like a shitty animal barn, but a barn that's like completely luxurious, insulated, got fiber, you know, fucking stage. You have like 20 land PCs. It wouldn't be like, no, I'm not doing I'm not doing Big Brother. Like, listen, like no disrespect to all my homies. I love all of them, but like it's not that interesting when you guys are asleep, so I don't need cameras recording that stuff. What do I think of the levitating pastor on the second last unusual videos? Oh, is that the one with the guy who's like strapped into one of those like harnesses and then he's just like soaring above the crowd with a microphone where he's talking about on the third day, Jesus, as well as us, we rose up from below. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? But then I remembered. Oh, yeah, I know what he's talking about. Oh man, that's so good. All right, you all heard it here first. I'm gonna become rich, whatever it takes. I'm gonna buy a mansion. I will say, it might have to be in Denmark. I'm sorry to say that. I know that's gonna be an awful thing for many of you, but it will be in Denmark. Oh yeah, sorry. You're right, Vahist. It's not I'm rich. We're rich. Exclamation point. All of us. If one person in Speedfam becomes rich, we are all rich. We're rich. I might take a break, actually. Can start a coven. Can I be a wizard at least? Speaking of wizard, have you guys seen that game on Steam, Mage Arena? That game actually looks like the funniest stupid game I've ever seen. It's literally mage wizard battles where you have to fight each other in like 3v3, 4v4, like wizard PvP combat, except you have to say the spell that you cast into your microphone. So you need to hold up in the game, you need to hold up your spell book and then be on the page for fireball and then in your microphone go fireball and then pray that your microphone actually picks it up. Havard said it's bad. It looks funny as fuck. It can't be bad if it looks funny as hell. Like, it doesn't matter if the quality isn't good. If it's stupid funny, that sounds good. I just want to run around at my homies and just yell, magic missile, magic missile, magic missile, as like we're just trying to have a duel of whoever gets gets their spell out first. Divine light. Freeze. 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 Fuck no. Not gonna have gigabit internet, walkable cities you can feel safe in, bike paths, and a decently trusting society. Fuck that. You're down to try? How expensive is Mage Arena? Mage Arena. Mage Arena. It's $3. It's literally $3? Guys, it's $3. It's $3 for Mage Arena? Guys, hop on Mage Arena. Oh, yeah, sorry, excuse me, $2.99? Yeah, Mage Arena sounds like a fire game, I'm not gonna lie. Not tonight, probably, but I do want to play that. And, like, I know the main objective is just, like, shoot fireballs at each other, but there's, like, weird trading you could do. There's fucking capture the flag, King of the Hill, and a bunch of other stuff. But listen, let's all be real. Nobody cares. We just want to yell fireball. I want to sneak up on my homie who's trading mushrooms with a gnome and just, like, put a fireball up his ass. Fireball. Fireball. Yeah, jump scare them. I'm standing there, I'm having a conversation with an NPC, trying to trade my goods with him. Oh, show me your wares, traveler. And then from the bushes, I just hear Finzi's voice going, magic missile. Magic missile. Oh, yeah. I also like this recommendation. Mage Arena, wow. Similar to games I've played, Dark Messiah and BattleBit Remastered. Yeah. Yeah, man, same game. Same game. Magical missile. Magical missile. Divine right. You love Dark Messiah? That was such a good game. Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe I should play that at some point. I think that would be pretty good. Alright. I think I'm good for now. I need to get some food. I still need to decide if it's a pasta night or a pizza kind of night. Might be a pasta kind of night, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna go order some pasta. Thank you all very much for watching. But yeah, good runs, good stuff. Honestly, doing random seeded runs in Peak is actually so much fun. Just straight up loading into a map, not having any clue what the route is, but just relying on pure instinct and gamer knowledge. It's actually kind of sick. So I think I want to do more runs of this. Absolutely do more runs of this. It's definitely not like a competitive category or anything, but fuck it, we're having fun. But yeah, for now I'm gonna hop off.